the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Former rebel surrenders to 31st IB yields explosives in Sorsogon. 11 ID and stakeholders bring school aid and smiles to Sulu pupils. All companies to give fuel discounts to PUV and PNVS drivers. 9 in Congress ends today.
Hello to everyone, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Monday, June 30, and this is AFP Committee News, your source for the updates on the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rofh Suzon-Abay, here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, the 31st Infantry Battalion scored another success in its anti-insurgency efforts with the voluntary surrender of the Communist Terrorist Group member at Barangay Alin Forward Observing Detachment, Donsol, Sorsogon. The surrenderer, part of the BRPC's independent platoon, turned over 2 anti-personnel mines and 1 improvised Molotov cocktail. 31st IB Commander Lieutenant Colonel Joy Villanueva credited the unit's intensified community engagement and strong interagency cooperation. It includes the support from Donsol's local peace engagement team and the Sorsogon Interagency Task Force under the 7K Katrankiluhan program. The success reflects ongoing efforts to end insurgency through unity among the military, local government, and the public.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 10th Infantry Division credited strong community support for the successful neutralization of over 10 New People's Army rebels in the past 6 months across regions 10, 11, and 13. 10 ID Commander Major General Alan Hambala said the villagers, including indigenous communities, provided critical tips that led to swift military action. Since 2023, over 400 NPAs have surrendered through efforts coordinated with local leaders. Police also reported the arrest of over 20 NPA-linked individuals wanted for serious crimes, aided by residents and officials in remote towns.
Armed Forces Radio.
From our reporter on the ground, let us hear the report of Jai about 6 ID empowers NCOs through 2-day senior leadership forum.
Rofh, the 6th Infantry Campilan Division conducted a Senior Non-Commissioned Officers Leaders Forum at Camp Songco, Maguindanao del Norte. The forum aimed to reinforce leadership, discipline, and unity within the ranks of sergeant majors, first sergeants, and platoon sergeants from its units. Commander Major General Donald Gumiran expressed full support and recognized NCOs as key to mission success. The event concluded with renewed commitment and leadership readiness among participants. This is Jai reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jai.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 11th Infantry Aklakdan Division, Itbulaga and Gawad Kalinga successfully held a community outreach program at Sitio Banglot, Barangay Sinumaan, Talipao, Sulu. Led by the 41st Infantry Battalion and supported by the 1103rd Brigade and 15th CMO Battalion. The team distributed school supplies to 177 pupils under Itbulaga's Isang Lapis, Isang Papel project. The program included fun games, feeding activity with donations from Century Pacific Group and Gawat Kalinga, and strong support from local leaders and NGOs. The effort strengthened community ties and showed the Philippine Army's continued commitment to peace and humanitarian service in remote areas.
DWDD DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 103rd Infantry Battalion, in partnership with the 13th 65th Dental Company of the 5th Infantry Division, conducted a successful 5-day dental mission at its headquarters. The initiative provided denture installation, cleaning, tooth extraction, and filling for soldiers, CAFGO active auxiliary members, and their dependents. The mission emphasized the unit's commitment to troop welfare and operational readiness. The battalion expressed deep appreciation to the 1365th Dental Company for their vital support.
Armed Forces Radio.
Some information from Glenn about Westmincom launches multinational contingency planning training in Zamboanga.
Yes, Rofh, the Western Mindanao Command, in partnership with the Office of Civil Defense Region 9, opened the Multinational Coordinating Center Contingency Planning Training Course at Zamboanga City. The 3-day training aims to boost disasters preparedness and coordination across military, reserve, and civilian agencies within the joint operational area. Participants include reservists, regular troops from Joint Task Force Zamboanga, and local government representatives. The course features lectures, workshops, and simulations to strengthen interagency collaboration and operational readiness. This is Glenn Gulchen reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Glenn.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Veterans Memorial Medical Center opened the Valor Clinic at Fernando Air Base, Lipas City, Batangas, to expand the healthcare access for veterans and their dependents. AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. joined President Fer Marcos Jr. and Defense Secretary Gilberto Chodoro at the ceremony. It highlighted the government's commitment to decentralize the medical services. The clinic aims to ease the load of BMMC's main facility in Quezon City and bring quality care closer to veterans in the region.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, drivers of public utility vehicles and transportation network vehicle service may benefit from fuel discounts of up to 5 peso per liter. According to the Department of Energy, Patron, Shell, Caltex, and Clean Fuel are offering discounts for PUVs and DNVS. Patron is providing fuel discounts of up to 3 peso per liter for PUVs. Shell is also offering savings of 1 peso to 5 peso per liter for PUVs and 2 peso to 3 peso per liter for DNVS. Meanwhile, Caltex will give 2 peso and 50 centavos on motor gas and 1 peso and 50 centavos on diesel. Starting tomorrow, Clean Fuel will offer discounts of 1 peso per liter on diesel and 2 peso per liter on gasoline.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from Mike about Philippine Army trains junior NCOs in Leadership Forum.
Yes, the Philippine Army, through the Office of the Army Sergeant Major, held the Junior Non-Commissioned Officers Leaders Forum at Fort Bonifacio, Taguig City. The event gathered junior NCOs from field units and offices. It aims to enhance leadership, professionalism, and camaraderie. Chief Master Sergeant Marvin M. Horani emphasized the forum's role in strengthening the Army's readiness and discipline through empowered junior leaders. This is Mike reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Mike.
DWDD National News.
The new set of senators will file their first set of bills today, June 30, the last day of 19 Congress. The 38th Congress begins on July 1 but will officially start on July 28 with a joint opening of the Senate and House of Representatives to hear the fourth State of the Nation address of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Senate President Francis Escudero, Senators Alan Peter Cayetano, Jingo Estrada, J.V. Ejercito, Sherwin Gatchalian, Risa Hontiveros, Loren Legarda, Robin Hood Padilla, Rafi Tulfo, Joel Villanueva, Mark Villar and Juan Miguel Zubiri will continue their terms through the next Congress, while Senators Pia Cayetano, Ronald De La Rosa, Christopher Go, Lito Lapid, Amy Marcos were re-elected.
DWDD National News.
The newly elected officials formally assume office today, June 30, with transition teams finalizing handovers and preparations. The Commission on Elections is also racing to resolve the remaining election-related cases to avoid uncertainties. COMELEC Chairperson George Erwin Garcia earlier said that they hope to decide pending cases before June 30, especially if the candidate is set for proclamation. He then stressed that the June 30 assumption of office adds urgency to finalize the rulings.
Armed Forces Radio.
And more updates from Jim Boy. ESFRA celebrates 63rd anniversary, reaffirms future ready mission.
The Special Forces Regiment Airborne Philippine Army proudly marked its 63rd founding anniversary at Port Magsaysay, Nueva Ecija. AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo S. Browner Jr., a proud Special Forces alumnus, praised the unit, versatility, discipline, and readiness for evolving threats. The celebration featured a wreath-laying at the Special Operation Command Memorial, a capability demo, and awards for outstanding personnel. General Browner emphasized the importance of force modernization and global partnership in preparing the Special Forces to meet future security challenges across land, sea, cyber, and more. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jimboy.
DWDD National News.
The Department of the Interior and Local Government has recorded a significant drop in focused crimes in the first half of the year. This includes cases of rape, physical injuries, and robbery. Interior Secretary John Vic Remula said rape incidents went down by 31.85%. Physical injuries also decreased by 30.21% and robbery by 26.47% from January 1 to June 6 this year compared to the same period last year. Remulla also highlighted the campaign against loose firearms, which resulted in the confiscation of more than 12,000 illegal firearms and the arrest of more than 5,000 individuals.
DWDD National News.
House Speaker Martin Romualdez gave assurances that they will provide funding support to enhance veterans' access to healthcare services, particularly in areas outside the Metro Manila. This is in line with the President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s advocacy. Romualdez said they will work to ensure that healthcare services, treatments, and medicines are always within their reach. He then stressed that the country's veterans of World War II deserve the highest quality of service from the government, especially in their twilight years.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Sha about 10th ID crowns HSC as champion in 2nd Female Aguila Patrol Challenge.
Yes, Rofh, the 10th Infantry Aguila Division successfully conducted the 2nd Female Aguila Patrol Challenge at the 10th Division Training School, Mawap, Davao de Oro. The headquarters service company claimed the overall championship, surpassing strong contenders including last year's winner, the 72nd Infantry Battalion, which placed first runner-up. The 66th and the 60th Infantry Battalion took second and third runner-up respectively. The Aguila Division Commander, Major General Alan Hambala, praised the participants for showcasing endurance, teamwork, and leadership, and emphasized the event as a milestone in empowering women in uniform. This is Shaina Raneta reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Sha.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, the Bureau of Immigration called for tighter controls in the issuance of official Philippine documents to foreign nationals. This came after the arrest of a Chinese who's allegedly obtained government-issued IDs to pose as a Filipino. Immigration Commissioner Joel Anthony Viado warned that the illegal acquisition of Philippine documents by foreigners poses a serious threat to national security. He also added that these foreigners are able to aim themselves in society and can do illegal activities by using someone else's identity.
DWDD National News.
On the other hand, the Bureau of Immigration expressed deep concern of the rising number of Filipinos being trafficked to Albania. According to BI, 3 Filipinos were intercepted by immigration officers at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3 and prevented from boarding their flight to Malaysia last June 28. The agency said they claimed to be tourists but later admitted that they were promised work in Albania as housekeeping attendant, factory worker, and waiter. It also added that the 3 intercepted Filipinos claimed they paid between 34,000 to 74,000 to recruiters they had contacted through Facebook Messenger.
DWDD National News.
Moreover, a Manila court has voided the Tarlac-Tan mayorship of Alice Guo, who has been suspected as a foreign spy. The Manila Regional Trial Court Branch 34 ruled Guo is nothing more but a usurper of the office of the mayor of Bamban, Tarlac, since she was not only disqualified to hold the position but also from running for the post in the first place. Only natural-born Filipinos can run for office under the Constitution. The decision added that it did not matter if Guo was elected as mayor in 2022, since this not cure the being disqualified due to lack of Philippine citizenship.
DWDD National News.
And streets of Barangay Plainview in Mandaluyong City were flooded after the continuous rains over the weekend. According to Barangay Plainview Desk Officer Carl John Lagumbay, the floods came as the canals were blocked, preventing the pumping stations from operating properly. He also explained that in some of the drainage, there is trashing block the way of the water, so it takes time. Instead of flowing into the drainage, the water flowed away.
DWDD National News.
For our weather update, a low pressure area identified outside the Philippine Area of Responsibility has a low chance of developing into a tropical depression within the next 24 hours. The LPA was spotted 1,410 kilometers east of Central Luzon, but Pag-asa assured the public that it's not expected to intensify in the near term. Meanwhile, the effects of the southwest monsoon or habagat continue to bring widespread rains and thunderstorms across the country. Cloudy skies with scattered rains are expected over parts of Luzon, including Pangasinan, Zambales, Bataan, Cavite, Batangas, Occidental Mindoro, and Palawan. Thunderstorm advisories were raised over Metro Manila and several provinces in Luzon, including Tarlac, Pampanga, Bataan, Laguna, Quezon, and Rizal.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast, and thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio, the DWDD's Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.